If I can't see the Skittles, I don't want the candy. So
there's no need for all of that.
Because they're the gays and it's the law.
Fucking
y'all know it happens. People get out here and still identities, pictures, all of these things, put them on their profile, seduce you, you get to the door, and that, my friends, is from All Real Monsters. That's not the person I
Beast! You lying ass bastard got me out here in the middle of the night with a stiff piss at your door.
What is wrong with you?
I'm serving up good medium-sized dong. Good, dependable, medium meat. So if I'm trying to give you the best that I got, now I'm gonna suck it, and you going, all right, but slow down. You know, all right. America don't know her body. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, it's just. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a little bit stressed out, but we're gonna do this. This is my what my technique is gonna be for the next 4 years at least. Just
I tell you,
I need to call somebody to come suck my this after this one, child. I'm about to be stressed. Come suck my wee wee, please. I'm so
listen. Come and Ursula the right out of my urethra, please, please. Keep singing! Yes, that. What's up, everybody? Did you miss me? I know you missed me. I know it's been a long time. Welcome back to my show, Don't Get Me Started. I am your boy, Marlin, your East Coast child of glucose, and I am here with my good friend, my bestie, Chase Cassidy.
I'm just living for my East Coast child of glucose.
That's right.
Did everyone catch that? It's pretty fucking amazing. I'm just saying.
Yeah. But we back in the groove of things and we are getting shit started. And I wanted to have Chase here so we could sit down and talk about some gay shit all over again. Because if you know anything about the Sweet Talkers Network, very black, very gay around these parts, all right? But listen, before we get into this gay shit, I just want to say at the top of the show, I don't know if you all are recognizing the greatness that's on the screen, but if you do not have your Sweet Talkers merch, bitch, high quality fashions, okay? If you too would like to be a child of glucose, make sure that you go over to shopthecookout.com and get your things, bitch. We have the things over there. Look, we've got mugs, we've got cropped hoodies, we've got full hoodies, we have all the things. Make sure you go over there and get your shit. You need one, all right?
Period, though.
So I prepared a litany of things for us to talk about. No particular order, no particular reason, just shit that's been on my mind that I want to talk about with my friends. So if y'all okay with that, we're gonna get into it. But I saw this post on Blue Sky that's been floating around today, honestly, and it's really interesting because I thought about this a couple of weeks ago, but it's going around now. And the question is, did you grow up thinking that you were attractive?
That is an interesting question.
Right.
I didn't grow up thinking I was attractive.
Okay.
I grew up not feeling unattractive. If that makes sense. Like, yeah. I grew up feeling like I'm around. Like I'm present. I exist. I am here. Shit, that's crazy that you asked that because it's kind of goes into my adulthood. No, for real. I've really been like struggling. Like, I'm like, I just don't. The word that I've been using in my head, which I should probably stop, but it's the one that's like sticking out, is unremarkable. And like even like now, like, you know, I feel like I'm around, unremarkable, regular, that's a regular nigga, you know.
Gotcha.
And y'all know what I mean. I don't even want the people to get in the comments and start with the oh, everyone and let's not, because we understand the hierarchy, motherfuckers, okay? And I'm not gonna act like we're not gonna act like it don't exist. Some people that we see, some of the gentlemen that come across us, some of the ones that are the most popular or whatever the case, is simply they are stunningly attractive.
Niggas be fine.
Niggas be fine.
Which is also some merch that you can get at shopthecookout.com.
Come on now. See, I got you covered. We got you covered. No, so like I certainly feel, I don't feel like some, wild beast, but I certainly don't feel remarkable or like I will be counted as attractive. Like,
got you.
You know what I mean? Hold on.
Yeah, I get that.
How about you? Like,
yo, listen, I'm gonna be honest with everybody right now. I really just settled into finding myself handsome within the last decade. And before that, you could not tell me that I was not the Loch Ness Monster. You just couldn't. And I know that I've had a lot of people tell me over time, like, you bugging, where did you get that from? How and why do you feel that way? And it's interesting because there are a lot of things that I can't remember from my childhood, specifically before like the age of 8. My memory is very spotty. Okay. But what I do remember about being in elementary school is that, which is ironic for me being as gay as I am, when I was younger in elementary school, what stuck out to me was that everybody in my class had boyfriends and girlfriends. Everybody was kind of clicked up in that way. Somebody had somebody that they liked, all this other stuff, but nobody ever liked me like that.
Okay.
And I realized that the journey to me feeling unattractive or ugly, as it were, started in that moment. I remember a moment in the playground, away from everybody else during recess, and having this thought of nobody likes Marlin and I don't understand why. And I convinced myself that the reason why was because I was ugly. And not only just ugly, but I was also weird. Like, I was an odd duck in many ways. I loved to read. I wasn't big on sports. I didn't do a lot of the boy things. I was real grown, y'all. I hung around adults. I didn't really go outside like that. Coming into feeling attractive of any sort didn't come until much, much later in life, regardless to any men that I've ever dated, screwed, people that tell me that I'm attractive, anything like that. I actually didn't have a nigga call me fine until I was in my 30s. With that being said, you saying, you never felt really remarkable, that you're an okay dude. What was your standard of beauty growing up? Like, when you thought about a fine ass man, what did that look like, and why did you feel like you weren't that?
I don't know. And to be honest, like I'm thinking about, like, most of the people who've been following me forever know that, like, Will Smith was one of my first crushes as a kid. But like him, looking at him back then, now, even at like his most, whatever, like, he's not like remarkable. It's not like, oh my God, it's like that's a fine ass nigga, but you're not like tripping. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I that wasn't even like my standard. It's hard for me to answer that question. But it certainly wasn't men that were like ridiculously like, oh my God, like that wasn't. So to be honest, I think that standard kind of came along as I came out, and I kind of got into, what the girls like to call the gay scene, I guess. To make sure a bit more, I've always been self-conscious of myself extremely in every situation, all the time, physically, like all of that. But especially when I came out, instead of hanging around the Grizz.
The Grizz, yes, because the Grizz is gonna tell you, bitch. They're gonna tell you if you ain't on point.
They will.
It's interesting for me because back then, and like having this conversation with you right now is crazy to me, because thinking about my answer to this question, I think about how my standard of beauty has changed over time. And how it's changed over time because in each decade of my life, there has been a different standard of beauty for men, like for men and women in society. So when I think about growing up in the 80s, that was back when, bitch, when you was, it was extreme light skin energy. I'm talking about S curls,
Pink.
fucking listen, light bright, almost white, honey color eyes, motherfucker. Those were the beautiful motherfuckers.
Yes.
Okay,
That's very true. Yeah.
So it was like, I can't even think of names right off the top of my head. But if you listen, insert fine light skin nigga right here.
With the older women used to go crazy over Billy D. Somebody else too, but the girls loved Billy D, honey.
Yeah, they loved the Billy D. They loved a Denzel Washington. They did appreciate him. No shade. Terrence Howard was hot back in the day when he was very young back then.
Man, yeah.
All of that shit. And back then, so that was a thing back then. And you look at yourself in the mirror and I go, I'm not any of those things. And then I think about when I got into high school and we're thinking about 90s and into the 2000s, and then enter the space where we're starting to appreciate more highly melanated men. And then we think about the Blair Underwoods and, back when Tyrese was actually fine and not crazy as shit. And
out here looking all swollen and bloated.
Crazy.
because you're crazy.
And then it kind of changed for me again. But as time progressed, I would look at my reflection and I would not see beauty because I was not that.
See, for me, I think the more we speak about this, the more it's kind of opening up for me. For me, it was less about here and more about everything else. So
Got you.
Always it was, even now, it's never
enough.
Like literally, never enough.
Never enough.
I was in the gym working out today, birding past any sense of my limit, right? And I'm still no, nigga, you gotta be worthy, earn it. You got that's what I'm saying in my head, looking at myself in the mirror, killing myself.
Right.
And so it's been that, no matter what stage of life I've been in, I've been very conscious of how my body takes up space in the room. So,
that shit was surreal. Ooh.
Very conscious of how clothes lay on my body and how it can be perceived. I'm constantly looking at myself from out here trying to make, you know what I'm saying? And that has a lot to do with, and that is not just a gay thing. That started with media, I'll say in the 90s. Once the whole metrosexual thing started happening, it was okay for niggas to actually wash their ass. Then more fitness, more men's fashion, more of that stuff started happening. And that's when we look up on the TV and we see Shamar Moore looking like that. And we see Tyrese's body looking like it used to look. And we see Tyson Beckford looking like that. And and then we see Will Smith was given an iRobot. That's the sort of stuff listen now.
Baby, the shower scene sits prominently in my head at all times.
Right here.
That ass was assing.
Ridiculous. Insane. So in my I'm I don't look like that, never look like that. Even I work out a lot now. I'm that's just not how it sets up for me. You know what I mean? And so it definitely feeds into this level of inadequacy of well shit, this is probably why you can't get a date. You're not remarkable. Nobody's really looking at you. You can't really keep attention. Nigga can't even really tell that you actually work out unless you got your clothes up. That's the sort of stuff that goes through my head.
Got you.
And that started, way back, when I was I'll probably say maybe between 10 and 12.
Really?
Yeah, between 10 and 12, yeah.
Got you. I don't think that I became very conscious of my body in that way until I think after high school, I started kind of paying attention to it, especially because I was out by that time. And then as you said before, baby, when you get with the girls, they're going to let you know. They really are. I challenge you all out there to really think about that and kind of reflect on how you feel about your self-image. Because I feel like you might find some things, if you're really honest with yourself, about, especially if you have never found yourself attractive or had a moment where you didn't feel as pretty. If you take a couple steps back in your life, you might find a spot that spawned that. And I think a lot of us have dealt with that before. So let's talk about what all the gays are talking about these days. masculine and feminine energies, dom and submissive, all of those things.
You talk about this,
baby.
this
You know they do, because they're the gays and it's the law.
We need to get past this, child. Like,
it'll never go away as long as two things are constantly in motion. Number one, as long as society continues to other us, it will always be there, because whatever Big Brother says is what goes. And then the other thing is that as long as there is a patriarchy in place, we will constantly talk about masculine and feminine. But I wanted to talk to you about it because I know that our levels of attraction and what we are attracted to also evolves and grows with us. But I wanted to know your thoughts and stances on your attraction to masculinity and femininity in gay men. Do you have a preference? Is there a hard line for you? Is there a such thing as too much masculine or too much femme for you? Like, let's chop it up about that. How you feel about that?
There's not too much mask, too much femme for me. I consider myself to be a masculine ass nigga, so I'm like right in the middle. And I like to play with
also a shirt you can get on Shop the Cover.
Period. Yes. Period. And so I like to play in the middle and play with my masculine energy and my feminine energy and let them kind of live at the same time. And so I don't really want to, with anyone I'm with, put my like, oh, you got to be this. You just show up and be who you are. Mm-hmm. If I'm attracted to that, then I'm attracted to that. I've been attracted to, men with more traditionally masculine traits. And I've been in relationships with men who have, who may look masculine, but have a lot of feminine traits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And people might be like, "Oh, that's a nigga." I'm like, yeah, it's a nigga, but that's also a lady. A lady. It's a lady. And I've had, success in all relationships like that. So it for me, it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. I just need you to be confident in who you are and to know who you are.
Gotcha.
That's really it. That's not, as long as I'm attracted to you, you got a shot, dog.
Okay. Now, has it always been that way for you? Was there ever a time where it was not that for you?
Of course, like when I was a younger gay, coming up in the early to mid 2000s, it was very, trade, very, very
rough trade.
Yes. If it ain't that, So, and that also came from like, growing up and, in the culture that we grew up in and learning how to beat all femininity out of yourself. And, so you could never find that attractive in another man. Like, what do you mean? What? Child?
Mm-hmm. Man, the struggles with being on the softer side of Sears
yes.
has been really crazy because I've always been a queer and quirky little boy all my life. Going through being bullied at a very young age for being gay, as it were. It really puts a damper on your development, you know what I mean? Right. And as you stated before, again, your attraction to those energies and those types of people grows over time. Now, I will say that I have never been a proponent for trade. That has never been my ministry. I tell folks all the time, baby, if I can't see the Skittles, I don't want the candy.
Okay, yes.
Leave me alone. Like I don't, I can't get into that. I've never been into that because, especially after I came out, because I struggled so long with my sexuality and accepting myself that once I came out, it was like, bitch, if you're not on the same time, we can't do shit. I don't care how fine you are.
Yeah.
But I also went through that phase of my life where I tried to be quote unquote hard and not as femme presenting, however little or more of that I wanted to present myself with. And it's just my attraction to men back then were, masculine, fasculine, if you will. I will take that one for this because it was very that. But back then, I was not in a space to truly be able to accept anyone femme presenting because I was still working with being newly out and not wanting to be targeted. You know what I mean?
Of course. Yeah.
While I get it, everybody got their preference. That's cool, but just don't be like.
Don't be a weirdo, man. Don't be a fucking weirdo, bro. And you don't have to be, if you're not attracted to someone, cool, but you don't have to be rude. You don't have to be an ass. You don't have to you don't have to belittle someone to make you, nigga, just be like, just find a way to be like, nah, I'm not attracted and going about your fucking day.
Yeah. I've never understood the idea behind not being attracted to somebody that's attracted to you and having to be a dick to them because of it.
Just, there's no need for all of that. You fucking bitch. No, I have dated men in my life who are very attractive. Mm-hmm. I have dated men who are the type that I was talking about earlier, where it's like, oh my God, like in my dating years, I have noticed that a lot of times they are the most bruised. I don't want to use the word broken because that's not where I'm going for, but just they've been through a lot. They got a lot going on. It's you know what I'm saying? Like, I've noticed that they carry a heavy weight in ways that you may not even realize. They have insecurities that you may not even realize, and the way that they deal with those, and not having, there's certain things that you think they have access to. It's just crazy. It's crazy.
Listen. We can touch on this a little bit because my ode to the conventionally attractive. I hear you. And I wasn't always able to because I wasn't you. And I came from a place of envy. But I want you all to understand that I want you all to take a moment to realize that just because someone is conventionally attractive, fine, enter adjective here, it does not mean that they have life on easy street. I've learned that they actually have it sometimes a little bit harder. And there is a lot that comes with being conventionally attractive, i.e., the incessant need to stay conventionally attractive, the insecurities that come with if there is a blemish, a hair out of place, someone's going to notice and bring it to their attention. And then those of other folks that are lower on the totem pole of attractions will use that against them. I want you all to also understand that they deal with a level of harassment that the average of us do not deal with. People feel that the conventionally attractive are literally buffets that everyone is welcome to touch. And that is not a thing either, but they deal with that on a regular basis because people feel like if you're fine, I have the rights to touch and explore you whenever I want to because you're fine and you're fine and we touch fine. Oh, let's talk about hookup culture. Listen, guys, y'all, I want better for us, okay, when it comes to hookup culture. I really do. And this is coming from a person that has done all of the hookup facets. I have done the party line. I was a very prominent and professional cruiser at one point in my life. I've done the apps back when they weren't on phones and you had to get on the computer to use them.
Nice. We are so senior.
Listen, the seasoning is thick on this meat. I just need you to understand. I've seen some things, okay? But across the spectrum of hookup culture, something that I have noticed specifically with us as gays is that there are more of us than not. that fall victim to some sort of catfishing, but will still accept and go through with it when it happens. Motherfuckers will be out here, y'all know it happens. People get out here and steal identities, pictures, all of these things, put them on their profile, seduce you into hooking up, all this stuff. Come meet me, and call me, beat me if you want to reach me. You get to the door, and that, my friends, is from All Real Monsters. That's not the person I That's not him at all. It's not. You just crawled out of the sewer. You did. You did. Beast! What a beast! What is this? And I've noticed, as I've been a person that has done this in my past, but there are still people out here that are just like, I ended up doing it anyway.
That's crazy to me, yo.
Because I didn't
know.
So
many levels.
Right. And a lot of it comes from folks we are still struggling with boundaries, folks. We're making headway, but a lot of us are still struggling with boundaries, and we're also still struggling with rejection, giving it and receiving it. Because what I've learned is a lot of people were like, I didn't want to hurt their feelings. I didn't want to be mean. And it's just like,
you hurt my feelings. You were mean. You been sitting up here, goddamn, you lying ass bastard, got me out here in the middle of the night with a stiff penis at your door. You gonna open it up, and you looking like a goddamn. He
showed up like, what's going on? No, that's not it. Oh my god.
Because that's what would happen. I wouldn't even feel safe in that situation. Like any feeling of safety.
That's it.
I'd be like, oh, nah, this is super weird.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to fuck you, bro. I wanted to fuck the nigga in the pictures who I thought I was talking to. And so at this point, I'm going to just go home and beat my meat like it owes me money. I'm good, bro. I'm good, dog. That's fucking crazy. Like, straight up. Like who's like Brian and Stewie. Where's my money?
You got my money, man?
I want my fucking money.
Like, where's my fucking money?
Nah, man. Like, I don't know how y'all. That's weird to go through with like.
Listen,
what?
I'm
judging. Yes, judging.
He's very harshly as well. I need you to understand. As someone that's been there before, but again, I think about the times that I did that when I was younger, and it was because I didn't know how to say no. I didn't know how to walk away from a situation. I didn't know that it was okay to be like, excuse you, and leave. You know what I mean? So while we're on the train of hookups and stuff, y'all, what is your obsession with huge penis?
Girl. Let me say something to y'all. All of y'all out there who are like, I had a big dick. I wanted big,
huge,
thick and long and invasive and rough. And just, I'm taking it like that's what I wanted. It's a big, stinking, crazy. Let me tell you something. As a person, I've had a few relationships. Some of those relationships I've been full top, some I've been in bottom, some I've been both, right? Just depends on, what the sauce is. Look, man, I have the penises that I have had to take have not been
modest. They've not been modest.
Not been modest.
You've told the stories. They've not been modest.
It's been crazy. So I'm gonna just say, man, sometimes you want something a little more manageable, especially. If you're gonna, now, don't get me wrong. Like, if nigga know what he's doing, he know what he's doing, and it's all good in the hood, right?
Right.
I want to make space for that. But like, just as like generally speaking, like if I'm gonna be with you for the next 20, 25 years and I'm gonna be, getting piped down. Hey man, I'm not, if you got 8 or more, cool. We'll do our best to work it out, but I'd much rather you not.
What is wrong with you?
I'm trying to tell you, like, and then the thing is, like, I'm serving up good medium size dong, good, dependable, medium meat. Like that's what I'm giving to the girl. So if I'm trying to give you the best that I got, and then you coming out here giving me something halfway down your femur, what am I supposed to do with that, sir? Sir. Now I'm gonna suck it, and you going, all right, but slow down. You know, all right. You know, but give me something manageable, please. And especially if you got like a high, like, you know, section. Listen, I want you to know this is 100% going to be a versatile relationship, my nigga.
Is.
As a matter of fact, no tea. Honestly, the first relationship where it was like versatile, whatever. Like I was like, hey fam, it's a good thing that you like this too, because with that right there, like fam, it's not going to be every time you're going to be climbing on my back.
We're not doing that every night.
That's heavy.
No.
That's heavy, dog.
No.
And it was honestly, like, when I think about that relationship, it was like a 50-50 split. Like, it really was.
That's all right.
I mean, I do like to a visually attractive, like, you know, dong. And I mean, ain't nothing you can do about that. It looked the way it looked, you know. But like, it
is always nice. It's always nice.
Yeah, sometimes you're like, damn, you got a pretty dick, dog. Like, I want to suck that. Like, I want to, like, you know what I mean? And that's not like necessarily a size thing, you know?
No.
But sometimes maybe I've been watching porn sometime, and I've turned because I'm like, yeah, it's big, but it's ugly, dog. I don't want to see that. Actually, do you exfoliate your penis? Or you probably should. No, thank you. I don't want to look at this.
Listen, put the loofah or one of them African net sponges to that dick. Scrub her. All right, scrub her. African net sponges are amazing. It has changed my life. Y'all really need to go get one. Them bitches are the truth. Oh my God. All right, y'all. So we are going to round out this episode. We have done all the funny and all of the light and fluffy, but we got to get to some bullshit. Now, when I originally proposed... I hate you so much. When I originally proposed this episode to Chase, I was like, bitch, we got to get in here and talk about some gay shit. We got to make it light and fluffy because 45 is on his way back into the office, and I just don't want to do that. I want to give the people something that they can just be happy and joyous about and just have some lighthearted fun. And that was the original plan.
Trigger warning.
Yeah, trigger warning right now. Like, if you don't want to go down this hole with us, listen, I love you. Thank you for coming. Catch me on the next episode. But
yeah, sometimes holes are too dirty to go down. And
they really are. And, you know, some people don't know how to clean their holes properly, and we don't want to go in there, and it's okay. It's okay. But I need you to know this hole, the fleet did not happen. We just had cheese, some very oily beef, and a glass of milk. That
sounds like this is America's asshole. Yes,
it is. It is America's asshole. We have all those things.
Is filthy.
Yeah, bread. It wasn't even focaccia. It's white bread.
He don't even wipe. He just stand up off the toilet and pull his pants.
That's it, and just pull it up. Okay. But even like when I proposed this episode, the shit had not begun to really hit the fan, and since then, we're covered. It's everywhere. So. And we're just gonna
just echo through my head. America don't know her body. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, it's just
we need it on a shirt. We need it. That is merch. That is very black, very gay merch. Chase, please, bitch. I'm gonna put it in special order. I need one. I need it. America don't know her body. She don't know her body. She don't. Fuck her. She's a dirty, nasty bitch. I don't like it.
Oh my God. She do not know. Oh. I couldn't let, like, I heard it and started laughing. I couldn't let it go. That's hilarious.
I love you so much. That's fucking funny.
America don't know her body.
She don't know her body, dog. She don't know her body. With a bulb sitting on the left of it. Anyway, so.
Oh God. Okay.
Oh, this is trash. So
a bulb in red, white, and blue with the stars and stripes.
That's it. No. The bulb needs to be red, white, and blue, and then it needs to be like the water coming out are the stars. That's it. That's it. Because it tracks. Anyway,
all right.
See how we don't want to talk about this shit? Meta's LGBTQ plus employees protest new policy, citing being too mentally ill to work. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not heard, all of the whites are rolling back their DEI policies. If you don't know what DEI stands for, that's diversity, equity, and inclusion. It makes certain that in all of these corporations that everybody is included. Not just white folks, black, gay, trans, non-binary. Everybody gets a piece of pie. Everybody gets treated equally, and the girls are going, we no longer want that. Fuck you, homosexuals, whatever. Also, this is very important to me as a gay, black, cis man that has been living with HIV for the past 21 years. SCOTUS takes up case challenging the ACA's no-cost coverage of PrEP. For those of you that don't understand what that means, I'm going to put it in layman's terms. They are literally, if you are using PrEP as a form of contraception to protect yourself against the HIV virus, they are working to take that away from you. I'm going to give it to you even further and let you know just how ridiculous it is. There is a Christian sect in here that is saying that the government is trying to, and I quote, force them to endorse homosexual activity, which is why this is coming under question. Oh, God. As if that wasn't enough. Idaho, I'm going to say it again. Idaho, I want you to stop right here before I continue the rest of this title to this thing. When was the last time you went to Idaho? When was the last time you ever thought about Idaho? Any of you out there? Nobody? The only time I think about Idaho is when I think about my potatoes. Whatever. Idaho Republicans just introduced a resolution calling on the Supreme Court to overturn marriage equality. They're asking the right-wing majority to reinstate the, quote, natural definition of marriage, calling gay couples, quote, illegitimate. I want y'all to understand something.
Drag them, please.
We're recording this on the 14th of January. Mm-hmm. The inauguration does not happen for another 5 days.
Oh, is that one?
And I know this just because, not because I was like, ooh, gotta be there, but the fact that I've had to see it over and over again reading this fuckery that has happened within the last 2 weeks. I need y'all to get it. We are 2 weeks into the new year. And the world is literally on fire or freezing.
Yeah.
People are without homes. Mm-hmm. And ironically, before they lost their homes, they were told they couldn't have insurance for their homes. It was taken away. And then conveniently, all their shit burned up.
On insurance?
And now, those very same people that are now houseless have to go into a market in California where the people that are landlords have taken one bedrooms that were once $2,100 and pushed them up to $12,000 a month. Because they know that people need homes, so they're going to capitalize. But that's not why we're here. As gay and queer folks, these things are important to us as a collective. And I need y'all to understand something, because I know and I can hear and feel some of you tuning out because you feel like you're not affected by this in any way because you don't want to get married and you're not living with HIV. But when they come for the least of us, you are not too far behind.
Oh yeah, you next, nigga. What? You next.
You are not exempt. I don't care if you are not living with HIV. I need you to understand that all that dick that you like to slob and knob and bop on can be without the PrEP that you don't know that they're taking.
Yeah.
and anything could happen.
Yeah, man.
I need you to understand that there are friends that you have that you are in direct connection with that are living with HIV in stealth and you don't know about it. And they could cease to exist. I need you to understand that there has been medication that has been keeping us alive and well and outliving you motherfuckers that don't even have it.
Period.
Okay.
It's detectable, so it's not being
you can't transmit it.
Transmitted. That's what I was looking for. Yes.
Okay. If you don't want to get married, that's fine. But those of us that are now, we are directly affected. I just, your minds change at any given time. All of this, and when it comes down to social media, don't even get me started. Taking away the fact checking on Facebook and Instagram.
It was already bad.
It was already a shit show. So now on Instagram and Facebook, yeah, we're okay with you saying that any part of the LGBTQIA plus, they're mentally ill, and you can say that and not get any flack for it.
I'm mentally ill. I need to be on disability. I want a blue check mailed to me every month. You need to be taking care of me. I'm not okay. I can't provide for myself. So you should probably be providing for me. So where's my blue check? Can I resign from my job because I be sucking dick? Because I really like doing that.
And if I had more time to, I would.
Yeah, like that's not going to stop happening because I'm mentally deficient. So you should probably send me money every month for that. Thank you.
Thanks so much. It's a clusterfuck out here, dog. Shit is crazy.
That's what I was telling you. Like, I just, like, for me, like I was saying before we got started, the next 4 years is gonna be giving this.
Yeah,
it's giving this to me. Like, I don't see it. I don't know. Not that I don't care, but I'm one foot in front of the other, trying to survive, bro. And I simply cannot ingest constantly the fact that this entire planet hates everything about me. I can't do that. And you expect me to, be normal. I can't. So this is what y'all wanted. Cool. I don't even want to hear nothing about being mad at non-voters. I don't even want to hear nothing about that. I don't want to hear about that. Let me just. I don't want to hear about that, dog.
That's it.
Because it wasn't nothing about the non-voters. It was niggas wanted this.
Yeah.
We're here because niggas wanted this. So I just want to be clear. I want to be clear because niggas like we're not going to do that. We're not going to dance that dance this time because niggas knew exactly what the T was. And niggas said, I want that. So I'm going to let you have it. I'm going to mind my business and I'm going to eat my vegetables and medicate myself the way I need. And I'm going to stay out of this as long as I can for the next 4 years and hope that we come out on the other side of it alive and with, not in some nuclear holocaust. Like, I'm not even like joke. I know it sounds crazy but I'm not even joking. Like, we don't this is crazy.
I think you actually realize just how real the most obscene thing you can think about how this turns out.
Yeah.
How close it really is.
Yeah, man. Like, nothing. I'm not even about to do that.
Yeah. When people talk about World War III, when people talk about civil unrest, when people talk about all of those things in conjunction with the scope of everything that's going on right now, I need you to take that a little seriously. And I'm going to tell you why. All of that, I am not my ancestors talk that we've heard before when he was here. I need you to understand that people are serious about that. Something that gives me even the smallest modicum of hope is the fact that the youth right now, feels crazy saying that because I'm no longer a part of that demographic, but I'm here. And the reality of the matter is that the youth now really are not about that fuck shit. They really aren't. Like, y'all young folks out there, I gotta give it up to y'all because you motherfuckers be like, actually, no.
Like, we as millennials, there was a point, maybe even a few years ago, I would have a conversation with someone that I didn't have, that we had a decision. I would want to understand, I want you to understand, fuck that. Fuck that. That's what Gen Z is giving. Fuck that, because you know better.
Yeah. Very that.
Don't know better. Go figure it out. And while you're figuring it out, do better. And
then come back and show me your work.
Yes. Show your work.
I don't want just the answers, bitch. Yeah. Show me the work. Show me where it is.
It is a little bit of hope in that, because they'll be the ones having to be out there fighting, when, the next 20, 30 years when we are, super seniors, they're going to be out there doing their thing. And, but it's dark out here, man. And it's rough, and it don't feel good to be a Black person. No, let me take that back, because it feels amazing to be Black. It feels amazing to be gay. And I wouldn't change it. I really wouldn't. But there's a certain pressure. There's a certain tension that I feel with all of this stuff happening, this inauguration coming down. And, we're not our ancestors, but it's one thing to say that. And it's another thing to have to act out that I ain't my ancestors. It's another thing we sitting here doing this, recording this show, and then it's just boom, something blow up 2 blocks away. And that's just normal, because that's just what goes on here in the US now. Listen, you know what I mean?
Yes,
so you absolutely. Get your guns and be what you mean? None of us. You see that shit on TV, and they get to commercial. They get to fix the lighting and reset, and they get to have fake. Nah, man, that shit is real, and it can we are closer to that happening outside than we've realized. And so you talk all that shit. I ain't my ancestor. Yeah, I know I ain't my ancestors, bro, but I really don't even feel like dealing with it. I don't feel like doing none of this. Can we not?
Can we not? Can we not?
We see that shit don't work. We see it don't work. So why we keep doing this shit? So I'm just at a point where it's I'm not about to tell you, you're not about to take my rights away. You're not about to tell me what I can and can't do. I am certainly one of those, that might have been one of them slaves back in the day was you gonna have to fucking kill me, because and I've danced with death. I'm ready. If it comes down to me living a life in being subjugated or me just going ahead and be like, all right, we can go ahead and call this. It'll be easier for both of us, because I'm gonna make your life hell, because I ain't doing shit.
Nothing.
You're not gonna take nothing from me. Baby. I just want to be clear. You ain't taking nothing from me, dog. Ain't nobody gonna take nothing. You gonna have to come get it, and you gonna have to put me down. I don't want that. I want you to leave me alone. I want to chill. I want to be in my peace. But I'm telling you, whether you coming for my Black rights, my gay rights, my whatever, you not taking nothing, dog.
We're not doing that. We're not doing
that. So that's kind of where I am. And so that's why, I don't want to say it don't matter, but I don't need to know what's going on. I don't, because it don't matter, because what's going on over here is going to keep happening.
That part.
I'm not. And I want to say to the gays out there, yo, look, man, this is the time, man. Dig deep into your chosen family. This is where and when and how we support each other. Yes. Hold each other down, look out for each other. Fuck all this catty shit, all this, I'm shady, I'm a girl. We ain't got time for that, man. They trying to kill us out here, dog. They are killing us out here.
They are. They've been doing it.
That's what I'm saying. This ain't the time being. They about to get carte blanche to do so. Yo, this is the time to stand up with each other, hold each other down, support each other, love on each other, man.
Please do. I mean, I know that a lot of people have probably seen this going around, and if you haven't, I'm going to fill you in. These unprecedented times are bringing about a very, very, very strong and staunch necessity for community. I really need y'all to lean into community right now, because it is quite literally the only way that we're going to make it through this the least battered and bruised. If we learn how to come together in this moment, in this time, we will come out on the other end even better than we went in. And that's just real.
Yeah.
That's just real. I really, like Chase said, all that petty, catty bullshit, leave it at the door. Because we got enough shit going on right now. I just gave y'all 3 points about shit literally they are trying to rewind the clock and take back power.
Yeah.
That's literally what it is.
Move all that negative, move that energy to that sort of shit. And I don't give a fuck about, oh, don't talk to me about no fucking Nicki Minaj, Barb's, Carbs. I don't care about none of that shit, dog.
Like, nobody. I don't care.
Take that energy you got doing take that over here.
We made it.
Gay agenda. Gay agenda.
We made it, baby. We made it. We are here at the end of our show. Yo, Chase, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. This has been a great reintroduction into the ether. Yeah. Love sitting down and chatting with you, baby. Please tell the folks where they can find you on the interwebs. Do you have anything you want to promote?
Girl, sister, I'm about to pop that shit up on the screen, girl. I am
Get somebody else to do it. I have service to do this for me.
It's on the screen, and you go in the description and you click shit and you can find it. Like, bruh, like, shop the motherfucking cookout.com. Get your shit, girl. Like, you know what?
Get your shit, baby. But yes, Chase, as always, thank you for coming. Yo, I want to thank y'all for coming back for Ride with me. I really appreciate you watching this episode. I know I've been gone for a very long time and it's been hard for a bitch to get back on board, but I'm here. I'm queer. Get over it. We're going to do the things, right? Mm-hmm. Right. Remember, in these conversations, the possibilities are endless, but the focus should always be intentional. I love y'all. Peace out. See you next time. Bye.